Hello everyone, I'm Hale Candor and today I'll be discussing my top 3 do's and don'ts in making a personal statement. If you want to know more tips and tricks on making university applications, please do subscribe and support my channel. Before I share with you my top 3 do's and don'ts, just a short disclaimer, all of the tips I'll be showing are my own personal tips, so you may not agree with them, but it's okay, just do whatever floats your boat. So my first don't is don't focus on your grades too much. You see, the thing about grades is that a lot of people can get good grades, right? So instead, how do you differentiate yourself from people who also got good grades? Well, you could talk about what you've learned in your degree and how you were able to use it in real life applications. So it becomes a more experience type of thing instead of just talking about your grades. And in my experience, in my own personal statement, I only put one sentence just talking about my grades. And after that, that's it. I talk about my experiences in the university. My second don't is that don't just merely mention your achievements or awards, but instead, talk about what you've learned in the process of achieving that award or what you realized after receiving the award. So for example, you got best thesis. You don't just put, I got best thesis, but instead, talk about the journey of finally accomplishing your thesis and what you've learned in that journey. My third don't is, don't state the obvious. Obviously, your personal statement would have word limits, and it will be such a waste if you put obvious statements in your personal statement. What do I mean by obvious statements? These are the statements that don't provide additional information about you or about how you conceive of your world. Examples of these would be quality education is beneficial to society, or poverty is rampant in our country. To resolve this, you need to give more details. So, how is education beneficial to society? What does education give that benefits society? Or in terms of the poverty example, why is there poverty in a certain country? So these are examples of wasteful statements, and to resolve them, you have to give more details. My first do is do tell a personal story. Now, this personal story doesn't have to be grand. It could be as simple as you saw how hardworking your parents are, and then you realize the hardships in life, or it could be about how you've been to another country and you saw how good their quality of life is. Ultimately, you have to tell a story that explains why you are motivated to study a certain field. And this is very important because not everyone will have, or in fact, no one will have the exact same story as you. Hence, this is one way to tell the admissions committee about you more than what they see in your transcripts or CVs. My second do is do talk about the importance of your field of study. Basically, you have to answer why your profession or why your field is so important that it contributes to society. So, for example, I want to take up a master's in economics. One way I can show that economics is important to society will be to say that economics would contribute to the study of the future of the labor market. And since the fourth industrial revolution is happening, the nature of jobs will drastically change, and this could possibly affect the welfare of workers. So in this example, I was able to show that economics could study the implications of the fourth industrial revolution, the welfare of workers. My third do is do focus on you. This personal statement is about you, hence what should be written should describe you. So you should talk about what you could offer to the university, your skills, your experiences, your realizations. This means that you shouldn't really waste your time talking about the prestige of where you worked or where you studied at, but instead, talk about what you've done in your university experience or what you've done in your work. So in short, you're talking about you and not your university or where you've worked. Everyone has a story to tell, no matter who they are or what they've done. Hence, anyone can make a good personal statement. If you like what you've watched, please subscribe and support my channel. Thank you.